It's the 1st of September, and here in Oregon the tomatoes are coming on. This plant here has been producing for about 3 weeks now, but as you see, it's going to produce some serious tomatoes here shortly. I'm Stan, and today I want to show you the easy way to put your tomatoes up, because I try to save every one of them. And what we're going to do is take my little basket here, and we're going to pick a few tomatoes, and then we're going to go into the kitchen, and I'm going to show you the simplest way to put tomatoes up for the winter. And you can see these aren't really big this year, but they're pretty nice. And we'll just do a few just to show you the process. And there are quite a few on here, but as you can see, there's going to be quite a few more. The nice part about this process is you can do just a few at a time. And by the end of the year, I will put most of these tomatoes up and have them processed. Well, we've got this really nice basket of tomatoes, and we're going to go into our little kitchen, and I'll show you a real easy way of putting up tomatoes. Now that we have our tomatoes, I want to show you the equipment that we're going to use to process them. And I've got 2 cutting boards. And this one I just use to catch the tomato juice, and this is my main little board because I can move tomatoes around on it. I like that. And I use a chef knife, and a very sharp chef knife. And we'll need 2 little bowls, one for tomatoes and one for the tomato cuttings. So we just take and cut the top off the tomato. And you can cut this, the bottom's got a little stuff on it, so we'll cut the bottom off the tomato. And I slice the tomato, slice, 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 slice. And you folks with food processors, just throw the tomatoes in and process them. I was going to buy one, but you still have to slice the top and the bottoms off of them, so that I just couldn't see the advantage. Because it's going to take you just about as much time. And this way I just throw my tomatoes in there and chop off the top. That's what we do. Whoop. And we'll do one here, we'll flick it towards you. You can see I chop off the top, almost chopped off the end of my finger. I'm not used to chopping that way. And then if you have a larger tomato, and the orange ones, you can throw a few orange ones in. These are pretty tomatoes. You have a larger one, I'll slice it once down the middle, and then do I got a little core in this one, but cores don't bother me in my spaghetti and whatever. Orange one will go in there because we got a lot of red ones. Don't want too many orange ones. I'll try that one more time to the left. There it is. God, I'm just so together today, I can't hardly believe it. So we're just going to do enough tomatoes to do this process one time to show you what the process is. And this is the easiest way in the world to put tomatoes up, and they're wonderful. I ate them all winter. I don't buy store-bought tomatoes in the winter. In the summer's getting just about as bad. Okay. Whoop. You don't want that in there. I want that in there. So anyway, here's our tomatoes. And I'm just going to rinse this off on our sink. And set it aside in there. And the next part of this process, simple as it is these are Rubbermaid, but I think every outfit in the world makes them. Snap-its, there's blue topped ones and whatever. These I bought at the dollar store, $1 for 2, so they're about 50 cents a piece, but I went down to the supermarket and they're about 50 cents a piece there, so the dollar store didn't save me that much. You open your cartons, and I like to rinse them out. Rinse the lids. And this is really hard. You take and put your tomatoes in here. This is really difficult, folks. Put your tomatoes in there. Put the lid on, and basically you're done. Okay, and we'll cut the camera off right then, and I'll show you a couple of the units that are the next step. Now we finished our one package, but I decided we'll do one more, so put our tomatoes in there. Just, I wouldn't squish them in there, just so they fit nice. Put your lid on them. And basically this is the end of step one. You take these 2 containers and put them in your freezer, and the next day you have, these have been in the freezer obviously, you have frozen tomatoes. And we will proceed to step 2. This is the last step in our process, and this is a Food Saver, Game Saver Deluxe Plus. And I had a smaller one of these, but this one's got a place you can put a roll of bags in and set your bags up. But amazing to me, the quart bags are more inexpensive than the roll. And these little puppies cost about 50 cents a piece, and I'm always worrying about saving pennies. So when I use them, I use very long ones, because you can use them over and over again. If every time you use it, you cut your price. Use it twice, 25 cents. Use it 3 times, 13 cents. So on. But anyway, we've got our tomatoes frozen in our little package, and this is going to come right out, but a lot of times I just take the water, run a little warm water on it, comes right out of the package. Got your frozen tomatoes, drop it in your Food Saver bag, and this one I want to use the bag again, so I put it in my Food Saver bagger, down like that, lock it, and I do vacuum and seal. You gotta wait for the little red seal thing to finish off. I first bought this, I goofed up a couple of times, probably more than a couple of times. Anyway, we're done. Put these in the freezer. Come February, March, April, you've got wonderful tasting tomatoes. We'll do it one more time, since I know it's hard, but I'm going to do it one more time. Oh, this one's loose too. They're being nice to us. Take our little Food Saver bag, take our frozen tomatoes, drop them in the Food Saver bag, quick and down, and sometimes I take a paper towel and wipe that if I'm working with soups or whatever. Put this in so it's in your vacuum thing. Hit your button. Seal, I almost did it. Because I get running and you do it too fast and it's not sealed good. Anyway, these stack nicely in your freezer. And when you cut it up there, you've got at least one more use, or you can use it for cheese or whatever. The one thing I do not like about this is my other one, this was a lot closer, so when you used a bag, you could probably do it 3 times. But this newer machine, for some reason, they spread it out, so you have to have that much in there. So there is an easy way to put up tomatoes. I used to can tomatoes, and this way you can go out and pick 6 tomatoes and make a single package. So basically you can use every tomato that comes out of your garden. And space-wise, they fit beautifully in the freezer. Probably a little more energy consumption is required to keep them than putting a tomato in a jar. But in a jar, you're cooking, peeling, and doing a major process where this takes you in the evening, you know, 5 or 10 or 15 minutes, you've got your tomatoes up, and they're just like they came out of the garden when you eat them in the winter. They're really wonderful, and this is an easy, great way to do tomatoes. And that's it, folks.